Hi there, Kathy Bowersox, founder of Network and Action West Chase Business Force here with you today. I'm visiting with Emmanuel Alia today, and he owns Prauper, which is a digital marketing and branding agency. Emmanuel, it's great to see you.
Hey, it's nice seeing you as well, Kathy. Thank you for having me.
Really glad to be here visiting with you today. So tell us a little bit about Prauper and what you do there and how you help businesses there with what you do.
So as you mentioned, Kathy, Prauper, we are a digital creative marketing agency and design studio based out of Houston, Texas. We do everything from branding and identity services. So that's, creating logos and then creating brand guidelines that go with those logos. And then for us, we really feel like that's the foundation of any brand. And then we use that to create like a brand strategy for a client. What's the purpose, the vision, the mission, and those foundational pieces allow us to actually build out the brand and build out any kind of tools, whether it be websites, provide photography, videography. As long as we can develop the brand, then we feel that we can do something special for the client.
That sounds fantastic. So you cover the entire branding process as far as helping them determine what that brand is going to look like for their business and then the elements that are going to go into it.
Exactly. So what we like to say is we focus on three main things specifically. That's one, strategy; two, branding and identity; and then three, content creation. So that's your photos, videos, and everything like that. And that allows us to create the tools that you need, whether it be creating a social media campaign and managing your social media, or developing a website for you, and then any kind of website solutions, whether it be SEO, and then partnering with other companies for like your digital ads and everything like that.
Well, that sounds terrific. I think I might need to talk to you about doing SEO for my website.
All right, just let me
So
know. You
we'll
know where I am.
talk offline. But so what are you seeing with what's going on right now? How is that impacting your business with what's happening in the world today?
I think for now more than ever, it's important for everyone to have some sort of virtual component to their business, and then even more so, some sort of like philanthropic like mission with their business, because for something like this to happen for the first time ever, we have to assume that it's going to happen again and that it can be a part of our daily lives. So, adapting to it, just accepting that this is, the norm now, and, having virtual meetings or having some sort of virtual component, whether like if you're in real estate, having virtual tours, providing 360 like video, like all of that is just the norm now. You have to expect that it'll be the standard. And that's what we've been expressing to our clients now more than ever, is that, with this transition, like you have to expect that this is the standard and you have to adjust accordingly.
I think that that's really important. And I love what you said about having a mission. My other business besides Network and Action is Quantum Leap Success Coaching, and I work with small business owners to help them run better. And that's actually an important part of culture. And
Exactly.
so that's one of the things that I always tell the business owners that I work with as well, is you've got to have a purpose to your business that is beyond you making money. How
Exactly.
are you contributing in the world? How are you contributing in your community? And that sort of thing. So I think that's really an important component that you're helping people come up with.
Uh,
How are you seeing your clients' businesses affected by what's going on right now, aside from having to have that virtual piece? How else are you hearing that they're being affected?
I think across the board in most industries, everyone's being affected. But I also like with some of our clients, like they've been here before. It's like that's the thing, is that they've been doing what they've been doing for 20, maybe 30 years, and some that are new, they've been in other businesses. So like everybody experienced 2008. Fortunately for us here in Houston and in Texas, it didn't impact us the way it impacted the rest of the world, but it still impacted us. And I think everyone has a sense of confidence still. They're just trying to like wait it out, So that's what I'm getting across the board. Like they have to make adjustments naturally, but they know that the economy will come back. So
Yeah, I think it's going to come back too as we start slowly opening back up. I
yeah,
think that businesses will start doing better and better and better over the next several months.
mhm,
And, I think it's really important that businesses think about how they're going to do that. So one of the things I've been talking to my clients about is telling them that, you need to look at what your marketing strategy is now
exactly.
and how that is going to shift as we go forward. And so that's where someone like you comes in to help them in making that shift. I think they're looking at their marketing budgets differently now too.
Yeah.
And are you finding that people are looking more at shifting some of their marketing budget to more online and more virtual versus networking or going to events like trade shows and things like that?
Yeah, so in this current moment, we're definitely seeing a shift in that. We're also seeing a shift in like the understanding of how important content creation is in a digital and virtual world. It's like if you're not investing, if you're investing in anything marketing wise, invest in strategy and content creation. It's like that's just where we're at now. And that's what we've been able to express to our clients is like, okay, how can you build a brand? Obviously, you've made it this far. How can you build a brand that's going to be able to transition? And obviously that comes with strategy. So it's like having those meetings and those discussions and figuring it out, figuring out how we're going to transition across the board, like okay, with profits, if we expect something like this to happen again and you want to be in a position to give back without feeling, the brunt of it, simply just setting aside like a small portion of your profits across over the year, and then when something does come up, you have, a little piggy bank that you're not even worried about that you can give in some sort of philanthropic way is one suggestion that we gave to one of our clients, Riverway Homes, who's now doubled down on content creation and connecting with the community virtually, and I'm really impressed with, their mindset. They are a small to medium sized home builder here in Houston. They kind of focus on like the Spring Branch area and the inner city, like Washington corridor area.
Well, that sounds terrific. And so you're helping them with that content creation and all of
Yeah.
the things that they're
Yeah,
doing.
we help Riverway Homes with everything from content creation to strategy to managing the brand, social media, everything. And I'm really impressed with how they've been able to you know transition during this time because John, the owner, he hasn't let anyone go. Even more so, he's doubled down on his marketing. He's doubled down on the efforts, and again, I'm really impressed with everything Riverway Homes is doing and what they've allowed themselves to do.
Mhm. So what would you say? I mean, you've already given some great advice
Yeah.
here in your conversation, but if you had one final piece of advice to give people out there about their marketing and branding strategy and what they need to be doing right now in their businesses, what would that be?
Like I've been saying, just strategize with a philanthropic component and create content based around that strategy and just put it out. Just put it out. Keep putting it out.
So can you give us some ideas about what kinds of content, just in general,
Mhm.
businesses should be putting out there right now?
Um, One thing you're seeing is like the interview style component where like people are, they're channeling people within the community. So within the community that you actually, serve, get customers that have had the opportunity to work with you, and get them to tell their side of the story, because that's what it is. It's one thing to talk about yourself, but if someone else can speak on your behalf, I think that's everything.
So basically, you're talking about getting an interview testimonial.
Exactly, testimonial. Exactly. And one company that's done this really well without pushing their agenda onto you is Yeti. They've done it really well. Like in the past, before all of this has happened, they had a campaign where they were able to channel everyone that kind of experiences Yeti without pushing Yeti. It's more of like a lifestyle interview. If that makes sense.
That's a really terrific idea. And I think that that piece of advice right there is pure gold
Yeah.
for business owners out there. So thank you very much for sharing that and your expertise with us. So if somebody were interested in the possibility of working with you, what's the best way for them to contact you?
The best way for them to contact us is either by email at content@prauper.com. That's content at PRAUPER.com, or call us directly at 832-739-9775.